As a team, we're going to lose as a team, so we'll all own that, including myself. But it's extremely disappointing.
There's no explanation. There is nothing left to talk about. Kevin has to go. We all know it.
Welcome to the worst 2 hours of football you'll watch this season. The Cleveland Browns just lost to the New York Jets. Not just any Jets team, the absolute worst Jets team we've ever seen. And somehow, the Browns found a way to make it look close. 27-20, final score. Sounds competitive, right? Wrong. This was a masterclass in how to lose a football game you have no business losing. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We drop daily Cleveland Browns and NFL updates. That's all we do, all day, every day. Let's set the scene. The Browns come out of their bye week, 2 full weeks to prepare. 2 weeks to get healthy, to game plan, to fix the absolute dumpster fire that is their offense. And what do? The very first snap is a penalty. You can't make this up. The play-by-play announcer Spiro Geddes called it the worst opening sequence he had seen in his 50 years calling games. A holding penalty, a stuffed run up the middle, 2 failed screen passes. That's how you come out of a bye week when you're the Cleveland Browns. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. The Utros quarterback Justin Fields completed 6 passes. 6 in the entire game. 54 yards total. And 42 of those yards came on 1 screen pass to Breece Hall. Do the math. Justin Fields threw 5 passes for 12 yards. And the Cleveland Browns lost.
Obviously, things that we need to clean up, staying on the football field, scoring points. Early, there were some good moments coming out, going into halftime, obviously, getting that field goal executed, but plenty to clean up.
Let me say that again for the people in the back. Justin Fields completed 5 passes for 12 yards, and the Cleveland Browns found a way to lose this football game. This is a team playing some of the worst quarterback football of any starting quarterback right now, and they beat Cleveland. The special teams? Absolute chaos. NFL record territory. The quickest span of time on the game clock between a punt return touchdown allowed and a kick return touchdown allowed. Special teams coordinator Bubba Ventrone? The chat was screaming to leave him in New Jersey, and honestly, they might be right.
I think Bubba Ventrone need to be fired as soon as we get back to Cleveland. He needs to be fired, absolutely fired. Special teams has been horrendous the majority of the season.
Think about that. In the span of 4 kicks, the Browns gave up 2 return touchdowns. And then, as if the football gods wanted to add insult to injury, a Browns player ran into his own teammate's backside on another return. This is peak Cleveland Browns football. This is the culture of losing that has infected every single level of this organization. Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback controversy that everyone's been dying to see, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, ran for a decent amount. The stat sheet looks fine, but if you watch this game, you know the truth. He played like a backup quarterback filling in for an injured starter. Except he is the starter. The throws were off, balls behind receivers, balls over people's heads, a screen pass that sailed 12 yards over Malachi Corley's head, and Gabriel pointed to his chest like, my bad. No kidding, dude. Whose fault would it be?
To lose, Dillon Gabriel played like a backup again. Like if Dillon Gabriel was your backup quarterback and your starter got hurt and he came in and did what he did today, you'd be like, he gave us a chance. That's exactly what a backup quarterback's supposed to do. Except that's the freaking starting quarterback that the head coach had.
There were a couple of good throws. The touchdown to Jerry Jeudy in the back corner of the end zone, beautiful route. But the ball was underthrown in a way that only Jeudy could work back to it. Was it a good throw or a lucky throw? Who knows anymore? And that's the problem. The Browns are living in this gray area where nothing is definitively good and everything feels like it's held together with duct tape and prayers. The offensive line got demolished, multiple sacks. And here's where it gets spicy. Remember last year when everyone blamed Deshaun Watson for holding the ball too long? Well, whose problem is it now? Dillon Gabriel is getting crushed back there. The line that everyone swore would be elite is getting their tails kicked up front. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, he's officially cooked. The fans are done, the analysts are done, even the people who defended him for years are throwing in the towel.
Enough of Kevin Stefanski. I've seen enough of Dillon Gabriel. You had an opportunity to come out here after the bye week, and you lost to a Jets team that were basically couldn't even get the shoes tied, couldn't even do anything right in the first half. You give up two plays where you're looking at punt returns and a kickoff return. And it just goes to show you, man, when you out here and you're the Cleveland Browns, you finding new ways to take L's every single week.
The culture of losing is real. It's not just a talking point. When you're 2-7, when you're losing the teams that have no business beating you, when you're committing penalties at the worst possible times, that's not bad luck. That's a systemic failure. Let's talk about those penalties. 2nd and 17. The defense dials up a blitz. Jim Schwartz gets aggressive, and Breece Hall breaks free for a 42-yard touchdown. The wind gets sucked out of the building. Justin Fields can't throw the ball worth a damn all game, and they decide that's the time to blitz? The very next possession, Breece Hall breaks for another 30 yards. The defense was gassed, the scheme got exposed, and the Browns couldn't recover. But wait, there's more, because in true Cleveland fashion, they gave themselves a chance at the end. 2-minute warning. The defense forces a stop. All they need is to get the ball back and march down the field in the rain with no timeouts. And then, holding penalty. On 3rd and 16. The Jets have the game locked up, and Cameron Thomas holds somebody on special teams. Automatic first down, game over. The accountability has to start somewhere. The head coach wears the crown, and heavy is the head who wears it. When your players aren't disciplined, when they're committing bonehead penalties at the worst times, when they're jumping off sides in crucial moments, that's not bad luck. That's a systemic failure. Here's a basketball analogy that hit home. If everyone's supposed to be at the gym at 9 a.m. for conditioning and somebody shows up at 9:07, does one person run or does everybody run? The answer is everybody runs. That's how you build discipline. That's how you build a winning culture. The Browns don't have that. They have the opposite of that. Jerry Jeudy had his best game of the season. You know what that looks like? 78 yards. That's the bar now. That's what qualifies as a good game for the Browns' top receiver. God have mercy. The defense? They held the Jets to 3 points at halftime. They made Justin Fields look like he'd never thrown a football before. And they still lost because at the end of the day, football is a team game. And this team is broken from top to bottom. Owner Jimmy Haslam was at the game, and guess who was sitting with him? Paul DePodesta, the analytics guru who's been more absent than a dad who went to get cigarettes. And all of a sudden he shows up courtside with the owner while the team is imploding on the field. "What are you doing here?" one voice questioned. "Didn't you supposed to be somewhere scouting left-handed pitchers in Double-A or something, looking at lefty-lefty combinations?" The jokes write themselves, but it's not funny anymore. It stopped being funny weeks ago. Kevin Stefanski's going to come to the podium. He's going to talk about execution. He's going to say they need to be better. He's going to take responsibility without actually changing anything. And the cycle will continue. But here's the thing. The fans are done. The city is done. Even the people who make a living covering this team are running out of things to say. The only bright spot? Malachi Corley on jet sweeps. He might be the best jet sweeper in franchise history, and he might be their best receiver. That's where we're at. So what's next? The Browns fall to 2-7, the Jets somehow improve their position, and Cleveland continues its march toward a top 5 draft pick. There's talk of a clean slate. Fire everybody. General Manager Andrew Berry, gone. Kevin Stefanski, gone. Bubba Ventrone, leave him in New Jersey. Start over, burn it down, and build from the ashes. Because this isn't working. This is a franchise that finds new ways to lose every week. This is a team that started losing on Tuesday, during film sessions, on Wednesday, during practice, long before they stepped on the field Sunday. The stat sheet says 27-20, a 7-point game. Some things were good, some things were bad, but that's not how real organizations operate. You don't lose games at the final whistle. You lose them in preparation, in discipline, in culture. And right now, the Cleveland Browns are losing in every possible way. The season's over. The players know it. The coaches know it. The fans definitely know it. Now it's just about getting through the rest of this disaster and hoping that someone somewhere has the courage to make the changes that need to be made. Because if this game proved anything, it's that the Browns can't even beat the worst version of themselves. And that might be the saddest commentary of all. Welcome to Cleveland, where hope goes to die and losing is an art form. 2-7. And somehow it feels even worse than the record suggests.